In fact, many schools do not have staff rooms for teachers. The teacher-to-pupil ratio in most schools is very high, leaving the teachers with a high workload. The situation is worsened in the regions and districts experiencing insecurity, like the AJELEIK sub-region and KATAKWI district, where the population has been confined to internally displaced people's camps, IDPs. Schools have been merged into learning centers. In this case, the infrastructure remains constant, and the buildings in the learning center school are expected to accommodate all the pupils from over 3 schools.
We have a big number of children. We have about now 1,500 here in this center, minus those who have left. And we have a problem of managing this large number, as the number of teachers is not really big. We have about 23 teachers to manage this large number. You find some classes like P1. It's really very large. For instance, KAPELEBYONG Primary School alone has 189 pupils. Then you have other schools also having, say, 60, 40 something. So P1 alone has over 200 children, nearly 300. And there are only 2 teachers managing this class. So the ratio, the pupil ratio, the teacher-pupil ratio is quite very high.
Another main problem is of the classrooms. As we see now, we find that the parents are too poor to raise up funds to put back this roof. We have about 3 classes studying under the trees now. We have a number of pupils in P1, which is 231. Only 1 stream studies in a classroom. The other 2 study under the tree, and P5 also studies under the tree.
We lack structures, school structures. In this school, the teacher also sleeps in a very dilapidating house within here. And the staff find themselves where to sleep in this, within the camp itself.
These are the teachers' conditions of work and life prevailing in probably 18 other districts of Uganda, which have undergone war and armed conflicts. In Uganda, not many teachers are accommodated at school. Many teachers come on foot or ride bicycles because they live a number of kilometers away from their schools.
Riding is so tiresome. The distance of about 20 kilometers from KATAKWI Town Council, actually the headquarters, the district headquarters, up to where the school is, the city school. Okay. That is in ARUA, which is a very insecure place where even they killed about 27 people sometime last year. And we ride amidst fear. In fact, it's in the mercy of God that we are traveling, because there's no proper security. The very road we travel almost every day, we encounter a death. So that is the problem.
I am a day scholar. I mean, I travel from a long distance to the school.
What is the trouble?
I use a poor bicycle with which I always quarrel with on the road. Because I travel from a long distance, in the school we stay without a lunch. But as dry as I am badly off now.
Always I get is the transport. To move a long distance from this school up to where I live is really very long. And the landscape and the rain mostly in most cases. For example, some week ago, I had very beautiful hair, but I got an accident on the way I fell because of rain. And in fact, I had to cut off the hair, the bleeding. I had a tooth problem, just sliding. It was too slippery.
In many urban schools, teachers rent houses in town or city slum areas. The environment surrounding these teachers does not permit them to effectively plan and prepare for teaching.
I live in a small roomed house, this one here. It is a small place for me, bearing in mind that I have a very big family of a madam and 5 children, then 2 other dependents.
Although enormous public resources are being injected into the education sector, with the teachers walking or riding long distances, the teachers' welfare and quality of life seem to have been ignored.
In fact, teaching is a tiresome work, because grooming a child from P1 to P7 is a hard task. And two, government pays very little to the teacher compared to other civil servants.
When the teachers were asked if the level of salary affects their work, 92% said yes.
The salary is not all that. I'm not satisfied with the salary because it's not enough, it's too little, and it's not possible to use that little money because there are many problems. The school fees, children need also things like clothes and mostly basic needs and others.
Primary teachers are paid about 150,000 Uganda shillings per month. This salary is too little to meet the basic minimum expense of living. For instance, a teacher may rent a house at 40,000 shillings, and if this teacher has a child in secondary school whose fees is 120,000 per term, then he or she needs to save about 40,000 per month to pay the school fees. A basic meal for a teacher per day with a family of 5 will cost him a bare minimum of 2,000 shillings, which is 60,000 shillings a month. If this teacher spends about 20,000 shillings on medical expenses, then his or her total expenditure would be 160,000 per month, which leaves a deficit of 10,000 Uganda shillings. Besides that, the teacher will still require money for paraffin, to scheme and lesson plan at night, and transport to collect the already spent money from the bank. Such is the plight of the producer of producers.